we're in the digital age. Sometimes people think of manufacturing as kind of an old school industry, right? What role would you say technology plays in helping facilitate any sort of data-driven HR management? Any trends that you've noticed in the space emerging? And Sheila, you're welcome to also contribute to this as well from your perspective too.
Yeah. So very interesting. I just attended an HR conference with a large number of colleagues, and we were specifically talking about artificial intelligence, AI. Everyone's talking about it. It's really going to create workforce opportunity and efficiency for us. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people feel it's way too risky. You hear Chat GPT Copilot is a big one that we're now using here at BorgWarner. It continues to evolve and be, really disruptive, if you will, kind of in the way we're working. But again, we really need to quickly weigh the risks and rewards of utilizing it. Our talent VP, she kind of demonstrated Copilot, and she kind of had a funny story, just of how she didn't know, how it was going to work, but when she started, and just little things like trying to create presentations that may have took her 2 hours to do, it took her 20 minutes. Creating interview guides, job descriptions, and even she showed us kind of a language translation. She does not speak fluent Chinese, and it was in Mandarin, I think the one example was, and the other was in German. Just in a training that she used AI. But again, just going back to data integrity, what you put in has to have clean data, because what it spits out, it's not a person, it's not someone that has feelings or is going to be analyzing that it's correct. So you really have to have some clean data when you're inputting what you want something to look like. Yeah. But no, it's definitely I think it's going to be changing, evolving very quickly. And even what's today, meaning disruptive, is going to continue to evolve and be different tomorrow.
I think there's a massive trend, and we're both, like TeamSense as well as BorgWarner, and you specifically are sitting in the center of, which is kind of this rise of the frontline worker. There's so much news and trends related to enabling them, getting productivity, reshoring manufacturing back, the investments, across the board. I read something recently about all of the electrification that you're talking about. I mean, you're sitting in the center of probably one of the biggest trends in manufacturing we've ever seen in our lives, on moving towards electrification, and massive sums of money being spent in that. And so I think, just what a great time to be at the center of that. Tell us a little bit, like, how you think about your workforce strategy. I know, like, skilling of workers is really interesting. Like, how have you guys at BorgWarner handled some of those challenges?
Yeah, it's interesting. I'll take it from even an engineering perspective. Most of our engineering competency, if you will, albeit the 10 years it's now evolved, it's evolving, but it's more mechanical based. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of talent, a lot of knowledge, and it's strictly been applied in a mechanical fashion. Well, we soon recognized, obviously, we need software engineers. We need product functional safety experts. We need cybersecurity experts. We need software developers. We need systems engineers. So in my former role, we really were kind of our business unit was specific, 100% dedicated to electrification. So we had to figure out, how do we evolve not only our business unit internal engineers, but also engineers from different business units that may have a bit of acumen. And it wasn't, we called it a Power to Evolve program. It was not, a course that you would get an electrical engineering degree. There's definitely room for mechanical talent. But it may be, you know, how do I transition into more electrification, capability, application. We partnered with a university. There was some, you know, in classroom training. There was some outside training that was, self-directed. And then it was, you had to, it wasn't, I guess it was more of a certificate, but we did put a large number of engineers through that. That's how we're kind of transforming from that standpoint. But definitely, to your point, I would say, and I think Mary Barra from General Motors said that, geez, in the last, 5 to 10 years, there's been so much change, and specifically in the automotive industry, than in 30 plus years. I know it's, even since I've been with BorgWarner, it's completely changed, and it's not just who we're hiring, but how we're working as well. It's completely different. And when you come to a plant where, we're making batteries, or you go to a plant where we're making electric motors, it's different, different skill sets. We even been talking as a team, and I've been here 6 months, and, we had a large population, probably the largest population here, classification as assembly operator, which is, I would say non-skilled labor. But now we're pivoting that we need more technical people, not engineers per se, but those employees that have a level of technical acumen that can help us solve problems, fix equipment. So it's not just, like it was used to when we were putting together plans for hourly employee progression. You don't, if you want to be an assembly operator, that's great for the rest of your career, but there's other options, more technical and also in leadership positions that you can pursue. So it's just a different mindset, I think, than the traditional mindset that we've had in the past.
I love the way that you guys have approached it. I think, through this conversation and even, my visit, like what's super clear is your commitment to investing in the workforce, right? Like you see a problem, you're like, oh, interesting. Like we're highly mechanical. Like how might we start shifting our workforce towards electrical? Like for sure there's hiring, like you're always going to be hiring. There's always going to be kind of movement of workers, but for the mass, you're like, okay, like let's do something about it and invest in the people that we have. That's really cool. And, a way to kind of control your own destiny in the changing environment.
Yeah, and I know BorgWarner is definitely committed to developing our people. No matter where you are in your career, everyone deserves the development that they ask for, which we can organizationally champion, and support.